All right. I want to start by giving all glory and praises unto the Lord Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, Brakatah Yahawashi, Brakatah Yahawah, and Brakatah Yahawashi. I want to give all glory and praise unto those holy and powerful names of Yahawah, being the Father, and Yahawashi, being His only begotten Son. This is Brother Malachi coming at you again through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Coming in the way of the Bash and Rakakwadash, which is the Holy Spirit of Truth. Coming at you again with another lesson. This is going to be sort of an open forum, more of a probably a little bit of a longer lesson, just going into current events and a few, just the times that's going on right now, and basically that and the path that we're on currently to basically being a god or enter into godhood, the path, or we're on the path to being gods or enter into that godhood, and also we're on the path as well to the MOTB. But ultimately, all these things are synonymous, together. You understand? So, like I said, this brother Malachi, and we're gonna jump right into it, But with the things that's going on in the earth right now, it's very hectic. It's very chaotic. If you've been paying attention, we have wars and rumors of wars, and I got an article that I want to pull, that I want to get and read, and we're gonna go into it. But still, the world is in a very chaotic state, a very hyperactive state of where basically these people who are without the understanding and wisdom and knowledge of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi are in a spirit of wanting and wanting answers and not knowing. But let me fix this real quick. And it's lucky for that noise. I'm kind of outside, so sometimes the cars, they be making noise as they drive by and things like that. But like I said before, or as I was saying, let's go back to this picture real quick. My bad. Anyway, as I was saying, the world's in a very volatile state, a very chaotic state, and it's not knowing what to do. They don't know what to do. These people don't know what to do, man. And I've been seeing, videos of people, because I subscribe to a particular brother who uploads a lot of good content as far as truth's sake, and just individuals going into the lives that they're living, basically going into how they can't afford this and that, or they can't get this necessity because they're working all the hours that they can, and ultimately they're complaining, and really they're complaining about the system. Man, they're complaining about these Edomites, because we understand that we are not in rulership. We aren't in rulership. The Israelites, concerning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are not in rulership of the earth. So when these Edomites and these other people outside the understanding of this truth complain about the standing or the current standing of the world, and they bugging out. They like, I can't afford this, I can't get this, gas is this, and rent is this. People are living out here living bad, man. Out here living, fuck around living in their cars, man. It's summertime. I'm making this video outside. It's hot as fuck out, and you got people living in their whips, in their cars. But that's what happens, man. Women living in their cars and things, and I'm sure it's men as well. But, ultimately these people are void of the wisdom and understanding that we possess, which is, kind of the focal point of this lesson. Um, we are on that path to becoming gods. We're on that path to, enter into godhood. Okay, and as well as being a god, we're kings, according to the scriptures. We're gonna be the rulers of this current of the next kingdom that is to come. Under Yahawah Yahawashi, of course. All right, and that's basically the focal point of the lesson is ultimately enter into godhood and what comes with that and what we must go through in order to obtain the godhood or the kinghood, which is, they're both synonymous. We're gonna be God kings. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true according to the scriptures, man. The Lord, which I'm finna pull, has declared unto the nation of Israel, and unto the men of Israel, that we are gods, ultimately. But we're trying to get back into that first estate. We're trying to get back into that glory, if you will. All right, so let's get some precepts, and we're just gonna Lord willing, kind of open form this thing and kind of go off the cuff. Whatever the spirit of the Lord Yahawashi is gonna feed me, that's what I'm gonna ultimately keep it in line with the lesson, Lord willing. But that's what I'm gonna bring out. But let's just start. Let's start here. Starting Peter's. And got some mosquitoes. What is that about? What the fuck that was? But let me actually, let's start in Isaiah 42. I don't know. We're gonna jump to we can start at fuck it, we can start at 1 and read down to like 4. But the point is, I believe further down. But let's start at 1. It says, Isaiah 42:1. Hold on, let me let this car go by. Salakia. Anyway, it says, this is Isaiah 42:1. It says, behold my servant whom I, Salakia, it says, behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect. All right, and as I'm speaking about the path to godhood, ultimately, we're going to be a part of that, Lord willing, we're going to be a part of that first resurrection, that first batch of Israelites that escaped the destruction and taste of salvation and of the kingdom, and ultimately of that godhood. We're entering into that now, but that starts with the wisdom and understanding of Yahawah Yahawashi, and understanding that he is, that he does exist, and he does ultimately require things out of his chosen and out of his elect. Ultimately, fear the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi and have faith in him. Okay, that's how we're gonna enter into this godhood. Okay, but I would say one of the first parts of entering to this godhood is the knowledge and understanding that we receive of the Lord, because you can't enter into godhood. We can't hope for salvation and faith and to get delivered if we don't understand that it's there. We can't, you can't believe on somebody. You can't believe on something. You can't believe you're a God if you don't even know that you are a God. You know, so this video, you know, is more exhortation, you know, and if brothers already know, then there's nothing more than encouragement, further encouragement for us to continue to stay on the path, you know. But I'm bringing out this video to reiterate what we're finna achieve and what we're looking forward into. We're looking forward into becoming gods. We're looking forward into becoming the rulers, of this of the next world with Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. And that starts with wisdom, the knowledge, you know, the fear of the Lord. It starts there, you know. But it says, "Behold, my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect." You know, we want to be of that number. Ultimately, in the elect, we're predestinated from the foundations of the earth. So, if we be of the elect, Lord willing, we have been predestinated from the very beginning of time to ultimately come back in these last days and achieve this salvation. And along with that salvation comes the change from this wicked flesh, you know, which we need desperately. You know, it's flesh is wicked as all hell. But reading on, it says, I'm reading from the top. It says, "Behold, my servant, whom mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth, and I have put my spirit upon him, and he shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles." All right, and we are the rulers, or we will be the rulers. So we're gonna have power over the heathens in due time. The scriptures say in Revelations that he was going to give us a rod of iron to break in pieces the nations. So therefore, we're going to have power and rulership over the nations, you know, and anything that has rulership and power, you know, is a king. You know, we're going to have sovereignty. You know, we're going to have changed bodies. We're going to be in the godly bodies, you know, and we're going to be ruling, man. You know, and the judge in the heathens, man, they gonna catch it, man. All right. But it says in verse 2, "He shall not cry nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall not break, in the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth." It says, "And he shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgments in the earth, and the isles shall wait for his law. Thus saith the Lord power, the Lord Yahawashi, or the Lord Yahawah Salakia, have created the heavens, and he hath stretched their mouth, and he spreadeth forth. He that spreadeth," it's like it says, "he that spread forth the earth, that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath unto," it's like it, "he that have given breath unto the people upon it, and the spirit to them that walk therein." It says in verse 6, "I, the Lord Yahawah, have called thee in righteousness." All right, so the Lord Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi, like I'm speaking about, this as we enter into godhood, there's particular men on the earth, the elect, the remnant, that the Lord has chosen, okay? It says here, like it says here in verse 6, it says, "I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness." So, you know, the only way that we can serve the Lord Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi is to go through Yahawashi, which is the Son. But ultimately, we can't come unto the Lord Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi unless, you know, we were predestinated from the very beginning. You understand? And that comes with teaching a particular doctrine, a particular behavior, you know, how we, you know, behave ourselves, you know, amongst the brothers, you know, being charitable, you know, and ultimately the doctrine, you know, teaching the correct doctrine, you know, pushing the names, you know, pushing the chip, which is the MOTB, you know, not breaking down doctrine the wrong way. Because Lord willing, we be the prophets. The people, they listen to us, in our videos, and we have a voice in the earth, and we have the authority of the Lord Yahawashi behind us. So we have a responsibility to teach the truth in its correct form. And if you go off, which can happen because we are men in the faith, in the truth, you repent and you correct it. If you break down something wrong, hey, then you can make a video, apologize, salaki, and correct it. Because men, I believe, through the Spirit, we have especially smaller brothers, bigger brothers. I believe, the men of the Lord people watch these videos, and even though it's not about view count and none of that shit, but people, they come across the videos, man. And so the things that we say when we break down these scriptures and speak on these things, we got to speak the correct doctrine. We got to speak the correct sound doctrine. The elect, according to these scriptures that have been called unto righteousness, as seeing this verse in verse 6, are going to speak, the right things, man. We're not going to speak anything perverse. But like I said before, like you can go off, but yet within going off, you can also, receive mercy and correct your mistake. All right, but this truth and the things that we understand, the wisdom, is all ultimately for the elect to understand the knowledge and put it to use, and put that faith and that fear to good use, man, ultimately. Because, like I said before, we're trying to enter into godhood. We've been called. The Lord has given us the truth. The fact that you know the names of Yahawashi, and that you can wake up and you can still pray, that you can still do the work. The Lord has, has not put you to death. So every day there's an opportunity for mercy, and to what's the scripture say? Seek out thy salvation with fear and trembling, and that's what we must do. But nonetheless, there's been an elect that's been called, and Lord willing, we be at that number. Shit bite me. But reading on the what the fuck? Okay, I don't like coming outside for real. But it says, reading from where I was, it says, I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant, and of the people for a light of the Gentiles. All right. Now, in this verse here, when it speaks about Gentiles, speaking about Israelite foreigners, because these scriptures from Genesis to Revelations are speaking about Israelites. It's been for Israelites, and it's going to continue to be for Israelites and only Israelites, consisting of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, from your respective tribes. This faith isn't, if you are a part of the elect, let me say it like this: if you're a part of the elect, then you're not going to teach that all nations, can make it, that Edomites can make it, that Moabites can make it, that don't get it fucked up. You got our people who are scattered in Moab, and our people that are scattered among Edom and what say you, that can look like unto them, but there really are people. So we're not teaching a color thing. This is an Israelite thing through the Spirit, which kind of takes me back to a previous point. These videos, man, people hear these videos, and the things that we say, man, we gotta speak on them soundly and sound doctrine. I can't say that, Edomites gonna make it, and I'm supposed to be representing Yahawashi, and I'm going off. I'm completely going off. So, you gotta make sure your doctrine is on point. But those that have been called into this truth, who are the elect, Lord willing, be in a number, their doctrine is going to be on point, because they're going to be Salakia of quick understanding. It's not going to be oh well, I don't get it. And, I mean, like when you could think about the chip, the RFID chip, is it really that hard? Is it really that hard to understand that the RFID chip is the MOTB? It's the mark of the beast. Is it really that hard? Like, do you really got to teach against it for strife and vainglory, or just cause, or maybe you just don't get it? But the fact that you don't get it is on you. You know, that's what the Lord got set up for you. You know, through the Spirit. But the elect are gonna understand it's the chip, man. It's the chip. Okay, and that technology is being set up as I speak. But the elect are not worried. You know, because we've been teaching it. We understand it. You know, it's nothing to fear. You know, because we're gonna trust in Yahawashi. The elect are gonna, who have been called in righteousness, are gonna trust in the Lord, and they're gonna be able to escape that our temptation is going. They're gonna be able to escape that MOTB and ultimately escape all perils and obstacles that are going to shortly come upon us. All right, because this path of entering into godhood is not going to be a path that is easy, or that's just just the easiest thing in the world. If no, this ain't easy, bro. We're gonna go through shit. Tribulations, afflictions, bare necessities. We're not gonna be men of great riches, and ultimately, this is not our rest according to the scriptures. According to Micah 2:10, this ain't to be in America and to be in a spirit of mirth and happiness and everything's good. If you're in that spirit, I mean, the Lord cannot be dealing with you. There's nothing wrong with having a decent time, but we're in a time of great calamity, death, and destruction that's going to be brought upon the earth according to the scriptures, according to 2 Ezra, the 15th and the 16th chapter. And in various other scriptures, man. We're really in a time, we're coming in a time of, the time of Jacob's trouble, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, but we're seeing them prepare the stage. Ultimately, the stage is being set for destruction, death, and chaos to be brought upon our people, especially with this election. Who knows how that's gonna go forth, but whatever way it go, whatever way the Lord wanted to go, Kamala, Biden, who gives a fuck, or not Biden, Trump, it's gonna ultimately be spun in such a fashion that's gonna put hell on the elect, and it's gonna put hell on the 2/3, because they got to get their judgment, and so the Lord got to bring whatever calamity, whatever false flag, to go ahead and get them cleaned up and get them up out of here, because the 2/3 they got to go, according to prophecy, according to Zechariah 13:9 and 10, 2/3 must be cut off and die. But the 1/3, which representation of what the elect are gonna be able to get on through it, ultimately, It says a light for a light of the Gentiles. Now this is talking about our people, not actual heathens. In verse 7, it says to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. And we have been brought out of darkness, and we've been brought out of darkness via the understanding and knowledge of the Lord Yahawashi. But 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, there was a man that was teaching, or a company of prophets that were teaching on the highways and byways that accelerated your growth out of that darkness, because the Lord has raised up men. So, God damn. Man, they on that bullshit, bro. I don't even know why. See, that type of shit, that type of loud ass noises for no fucking reason, that noise campaign bullshit, that's the type of shit that we're gonna have peace from. I can't even record a video. Someone driving their fucking truck, revving the engine down the motherfucking block. Like, bro, we in a neighborhood. This is residential. Why do you have a car that I gotta sit down and be in my house and shit, and I can hear you cranking up your shit and revving that shit down the road. Like, that's crazy, bro. We're not gonna have to deal with that type of stuff when we're in the kingdom, when we're gods, when the Lord blesses us with immortality. You know, that stuff like that is gonna be things of the past. All right, but it says to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison houses. So the Lord has raised up particular men, the elect, the prophets, with the true doctrine, to raise up other men out of that same darkness. Because we was all in the spirit of being Gentiles. Everybody in this faith of ours were Gentiles, or didn't have the understanding of who they were at one point. You didn't know you was an Israelite. You didn't know shit. You didn't know you was a God. You didn't know the MOTB. You didn't know nothing. You were just out here. And then the Lord, and somehow through the Spirit, the Lord was dealing with you, Lord willing. He raised you up, and somehow you saw a video and you came across brothers speaking the truth, coming in the names, and you heard it, you listened, you hearkened, and you became of quick understanding. Your spirit was quickened, and the Lord can do that, and the Lord will do that, unto those who are the elect, to understand his knowledge, so that they can be built up, and so that they can go teach and do what they need to do with their particular talent, because every brother has their own talent, or their own portion, and I mean to say is, as an example, the head apostles, they have more potentially more knowledge and understanding than a brother that's in the faith, that's only been in the faith for like 2 years. Now he should be built up, but how you gonna be built up more than a man that's been in the truth for 40 years? He has a different portion, than you do, and that's just order. That's just how things is. You got men in this thing that want to be the head dog, they want to be the big dog and stuff, like, but the Lord didn't set you up to be the big dog. It kind of goes into that kind of reminds me of the of Saul and David. Like, once Saul went off, and the Lord discarded him and picked up David. Like, there was nothing Saul could do. There was nothing, like, you can't fight against with the Lord. Yahawashi got set up, and he wanted David to be king. And then Saul was still trying to do his thing, but it was done for him. It was over. Slacky. Now I want to jump down to Isaiah 42:23. This is a good chapter, but I'm just trying to hit the points. Actually, I'm gonna start at 20. We can start at 21 and go down. It says the Lord Yahawah is well pleased for his righteousness' sake, and he will magnify the law and make it honorable. And ultimately, man, the world that we living in right now, with the under the rulership that it's under right now, it's under the rulership of the heathens and under our enemies, and righteousness and the law is not being pushed forth. But once the Lord takes these heathens out of rulership and puts the nation of Israel in rulership there, then the law and righteousness will go forth. We're under these Edomites right now, and the people are mourning. That goes into some of the that goes into some of the topics that I've been seeing on YouTube. It's just a lot of people complaining about, like I said before, their life and how hard it is for them to get by and get through it, and wondering why, like, I'm working all these hours and I got nothing to show for it. All right. And we can't be in that spirit as the hopeful elect. We can't be in the spirit of giving everything and our all to this damn man system, because this system isn't for us. All right, the system that's for us is the system and the promises and covenants that the Lord Yahawashi has set up for the children of Israel to achieve and to enter into. That's what that is our bread and butter right there. Okay. But it says in verse 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. And this is true because we have been spoiled by enemies and the same things that happened aforetime. Example 70 AD. Go further than that, you go to the siege of Babylon. When we got brought into Babylonian captivity. The Assyrian captivity with the northern kingdom. Ultimately, I'm saying that our enemies have come up against us and have spoiled us, and ultimately, we can take a more recent example. Transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade. And through which was a punishment, but through that we were destroyed, man. We were completely taken away from who we were, our identity, what we were supposed to do. But the Lord has, returned it in these last days, and we're calling upon the name of the Lord Yahawashi ultimately in these last days, because we know that death, destruction, and evil, bad times is on his way. But it says this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all snared in holes, and those holes can represent a lot of stuff. You too into your woman, you're simping over your woman, you're too into, other doctrines that are not sound doctrine or that are not connected to the truth. You pushing Islam, you pushing Buddha, you're pushing something, you basically ultimately you're snared, man. But the elect are not going to be snared. The elect are going to be free in mindset as far as knowing what's to come upon the earth and what spirit they should be in. If you the hopeful elect are not going to be into their woman so heavily that they can't see outside her ass and see that prophecies are coming to pass and death and destruction is going to be brought upon the earth. There's people right now as I speak that are in a spirit that they shouldn't be in, and that's why the Lord has set up the hopeful elect, prophets, teachers, apostles, Salakia, to teach the word. And so we have a heavy lot, to warn our people the things that are to come upon the earth, man, which is nothing more than death and destruction. As you can see, if you just pay attention to the wars and rumors of wars is going on, and I got an article going, that I'm going to get here in a minute about, more wars and rumors of wars ultimately that's going to intensify over there in what we would call so-called the Middle East, in that region is where, things are going to really get stirred up, where Yahawashi is going to appear and make his grand return, which we look forward to. But it says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled, and they are all snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. And like I said, those snared holes could represent, various doctrines and various philosophies that are outside this truth. And it says they are hid in prison houses. And this is true as well, because the nation of Israel are actually hid in prison houses because of the incarceration rate. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are highly incarcerated, opposed to, another basically opposed to, like, let's say the Edomites. There's a better chance that a Jake child or Jake teenager boy is gonna go to jail, prison, or whatever than the so-called his white counterpart. But that's the system that we're in, because it's disproportionately set up and systematically set up against you, so that you would have no choice but to call upon the name of the Lord for succor, because he's the only one and the only entity that's gonna deliver us and help us from, our enemies, man. Because we're under the Edomites, man. were under the damn devil, and these Edomites, these elites, these lesser luminaries, these celebrities, all of these individuals that have a claim, a hold on power, they worship Satan. They worship Satan. They get their power from the left hand. So what? We got to get our power and our everything from the right hand, which is Yahawashi. All right. It says they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for spoil, and none saveth. None saith restore. Salakia. But in these times, we are being restored, man, by Yahawashi. But for the 2/3, they're gonna continue to be in that prey spirit, in that prey lot. That's what the Lord set you up for. You're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, but we're trying to be restored unto our godhood, and that's kind of, the name. Hold on. So that's kind of the name of the lesson. I think. Let me see. Let's flip over one. This is Isaiah 43 and 10. It says, "Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord Yahawah." And my servant whom I have chosen. And Lord Yahawashi has chosen the hopeful elect, man. And that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am He. And that kind of echoes what I was saying at the beginning of the lesson, that you got to acknowledge that He is, ultimately. It says that I am He, before me there is no power. So, we got to acknowledge Yahawashi, man. We trying to enter into godhood, but the only way that we're going to become gods is the Lord Yahawashi ultimately has to upgrade us. He has to make us gods, because right now we're under this flesh, man, and we can't snap our fingers and transform ourselves and upgrade ourselves. So we gotta wait. We gotta wait upon the Lord and have patience. Right. Okay. Let's get another precept. That's what I wanted to get on that. This is should be first. Salakia, bear with me. I'm trying to think of this precept that I'm trying to go to up here. Hold on, goddamn. Let me just do a word search for it. Come on, man. Alright, just bear with me just one for a moment. Now this is 1 John 3:1. As we are on our path to godhood. Alright. which means that we're going to be privy to certain information and certain knowledge that we will teach unto the other hopeful elect, so that they can be built up as well, so that we can all enter into our godhood, that the Lord Yahawashi has prepared for us. But it says here in verse 1, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. So these people in the world don't acknowledge that we are the Israelites, or acknowledge that we are God's. If you tell someone that, they're probably going to think you bugged out. But it's true, and once we get upgraded and we have spiritual power and we can do magnificent works, then there will be no gainsayer in that day. I stand 10 toes on believing and accepting of my heritage that the Lord has bestowed upon our people as being God's, as being the Israelites. So going into that word Israel, when you go into the Hebrew Yasha, it goes to he Prince of God, or I believe he or is translated, breaks down to he God Prince. So we're the sons of God. We're the princes of God, man. So we have a godly essence and a godly regal mentality about us, that has been stripped and taken from us. And now you got our people acting like buffoons, acting like monkeys, and acting like they don't got no fucking good sense. But those people more than likely are the 2/3, the elect, or who are coming back into this knowledge of being a God, of being, an Israelite. Hey, those particular individuals are not in that particular spirit, because we got something to look forward to. We're not putting our eggs in America because we know this place is cooked. We know this place is going to be destroyed. You understand? So it says, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. And the word didn't, the whole, I think that word here is probably cosmos. It says beloved. Now, you know what? Let me go. Let me see. Let me go in the house real quick and Salakia, sit down. I want to see something here. But like I said, this was gonna be an open forum, kind of just going strictly through the spirit, and going reading articles. Just going wherever the spirit takes me. Just trying, Lord willing, should be edifying. Hold on, just 1 second. Skittles. For Skittles. Alright. Slovakia. Go in here. Alright. So let's go here and see what Greek word it got right there for the word. Yep, got cosmos. So this is pertaining to the children of Israel. Because that's talking about Israelites. When you go into that word world, so it says therefore the world knew us not, because it knew him not. So the world of Israel at the time didn't accept, or the majority of Israelites, of the circumcision at the time didn't accept Yahawashi. And we here in the last days, and you got majority of Israelites back on the earth again who are not going to accept Yahawashi again, but the elect are going to understand the beauty that has been set before us as far as us being called the sons of God. Like, why would you want to not believe that? Why would you not want to tap in or inquire and see, what all you would need to do, to be delivered and to achieve salvation and to achieve godhood, and instead of scoffing at it. All right, because the message in which that we are delivering is a message of hope. Like, we're bringing good tidings. We're not trying to, what's the word? Let me get a precept here. I gotta do a little search for it. Let me get a precept here because this reminds me of something. Let me see, Jeremiah. Damn, come on. Oh, come on, get it out of my way. Okay. Yeah, because I was not finna remember that. But let me finish this verse. It says, "Beloved, we are now the sons of God." All right, so we've been, once we come to this understanding, you can truthfully say that, without it being a lie that that I'm one of the sons of God, like, and that'd be 100% facts. Lord willing, would be the elect number, but you could say that and that not be wrong, according to scriptures. But it says, "Behold, now we are the sons of God, and it does not appear yet what we shall be." Because even we don't know, what it's going to feel like to achieve this godhood that I'm speaking about, and be able to be immortal and be perfect, as the scriptures speak of, the change, in the twinkling of an eye, roughly paraphrasing real quick, but it says, "But we know that but when he shall appear," which is the second coming of Yahawashi, when he shall appear, and he's gonna appear on a massive chariot. Let me get that real quick. Just real quick, it's Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds," and those clouds are a parabolic talk, because the Lord is not really coming with clouds; he's coming with the chariots of heaven, according to the scriptures. But it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him." Ultimately, he's gonna come in a massive fathership, a massive chariot. Those vehicles that you see in the skies that look like little orbs of light that move around. Those are the angels that are steering and operating those vehicles. Okay, and these elites of Esau, Edom, they know that, and they know that their time is short for their rulership, because ultimately, a part of becoming a god or entering into godhood is having order. We're gonna come under order. We're not just gonna be gods and we're just all doing our own thing. No, we're all gonna be in order under Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi. At the head. It says, "And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindred of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." All right. So we understand that the Lord is coming back in a very it's like a very grand fashion, if you will. But let me get Jeremiah 38, and we can read let me I guess that's for context. We can start at the top. It says then Salake, because these names are not the easiest to read, so I know I might butcher the names a little bit, but I'll try my best. It says, then Shepa, Sheep, Shep, Shepatia, yes, Shepatia, Salaki, but yeah, Shepatia, the son of Matan and Gildala, Gedila, the son of Pasor, and Jakal, the son of Shilamah, and Pashar, the son of Mala'ah, heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken among all the people, and we are in the same spirit instead of Jeremiah, because when you go to Jeremiah 28:8, it speaks about roughly paraphrasing, the role in which the prophets, we gonna get it real quick, and then we're gonna come back to Jeremiah 38. It says the prophets, real quick, this Jeremiah 28. It says the prophets that have been before me. So the prophets that have been before Jeremiah, and it says the prophets that have been before me and the prophets of old both prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms, and of evil and pestilence and of war. So that's the lot that we are in. Lord willing, be the hope for let. We're not pushing peace. You know what I'm saying? We're not pushing that shit. Because we can't enter into godhood if we're still dwelling under the rulership of these Edomites. This place ultimately has to be destroyed. It has to be destroyed with fire, according to the scriptures. We can't. There ain't no heal in this place. So as this place gets worse and worse and worse, our expectation to be changed and to be saved, via Yahawashi, the chariots, and ultimately just salvation in general, means the destruction of this current kingdom. So what does that mean? It means that we're prophesizing against this place. And the Lord told us to prophesy against this place according to the scriptures. All right? This place is, because this place is wicked, man. All right? And it's not upholding the law, statutes, and commandments in the ways of the Lord, Yahawashi. All right? And that's what the prophets of old did. They came up against great kingdoms and spoke to the people and spoke to the particular kings of these heathens, about what the Lord Yahawashi required at the time. All right? So we are ultimately enemies unto the state and welfare of this current kingdom. We don't wish welfare and hope for this place. This place is finished. And anyone that thinks it's not, they bugging out. But it says the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known, and the Lord Yahawah hath truly sent him. And we're letting you know that death, calamity, destruction, evil, famine, rape, robbery, covetousness, cannibalism, insurrection, the love of many waxing cold, all type of murder, a collapse of society, financial collapse is on its way, so we got to be in a particular spirit, and it's not the spirit of mirth and to be scoffing and thinking shit is sweet. Niggas really think that America's gonna go on forever. Even our enemies think that their kingdom that they've built up, via via bloodshed is gonna stand, but it's not. This is let's go to Nahum real quick. This is Nahum 3:1. It says, "Woe unto the bloody city." Now this was talking about Nineveh at the time, I do believe. Here, correct me if I'm wrong. Because during the time of Nineveh, they were doing some high level wickedness. All right, which is synonymous unto this current kingdom that we're in. You can liken this kingdom unto an Egypt, unto a spiritual Sodom, or you can liken this kingdom unto a spiritual Sodom, a spiritual Egypt, a spiritual Nineveh, a spiritual Assyria. All these, a spiritual Babylon. And it be true. Because this place represents all those things. Right? But it says, "Woe unto the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not." It says, let me see. And I guess I can read the rest of it. It says, "The noise of the whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and the prancing of horses, and the jumping of chariots. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude slain, and a great number of carcasses. And there is none in of the carcasses, and they stumble upon their corpses." It says, verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, and the mischief of witchcraft that setteth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. And has not America done this? It says, because of the multitude of their whoredoms. There's a lot of philosophies and wine that is in this particular kingdom. A lot of ways to destroy yourself in this kingdom, and they all can be attributed to whoredoms. Going into a church and worshiping Jesus is likened, according to Lord Amos, is likened to enter into a harlot house. All right, because you're whoring yourself out unto other gods that are not Yahawashi, Yahawashi, and other ways and philosophies and things of that nature outside the truth and sound doctrine of the Lord. But it says, well-favored harlot, the mistress, and when you go into that word mistress, that's the feminine way to say master. So it says the mistress of witchcrafts, and we understand highly that America and those that run this place, as far as the elites, is very deeply saturated with occultic witchcraft practices and rituals. We know this for certain. They don't really hide it. They put it forth right in your face and let you know. It says that set of nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts, and have not we been sold and from this kingdom. They have sold us and parted us throughout the whole earth, during these particular captivities. But real quick, it says here, okay. Now I'm curious, but for edification's sake, I know this should be talking about this should be talking about Nahum, but to make sure, I know they gotta be talking about Nineveh, right? Yeah, it is talking about Nineveh. Just to make sure, sometimes you just gotta, and that also, edifies other people because they can be like, okay, and maybe they didn't know that, but but I'm curious on something else as well. Let me see, Nineveh, witchcraft. Hold on, let me see something. Bear with me. What type of bear with me here, do. Now, this is talking, this is talking about ultimately Nineveh, but it's talking about the Assyrians. Now, the Assyrians were in rulership before the Babylonians came and took over and had rulership, But they're both heathens, ultimately. I think the Babylonian is a mix between Ham and the Assyrians as well. But ultimately, they're both heathens, so it really don't too much matter. They're going into slavery anyway. But it says, I just wanted to get a concrete here, just for edification, because Nineveh is synonymous with this current kingdom. Like the things that they did and the reason it got destroyed is the same, and even more reasons in this kingdom. Because this kingdom is wild. Like this kingdom it's men want to be women, women want to be men. Like they're cutting up in this kingdom. But basically, the things that Nineveh got destroyed for, America's going to be destroyed for even more. All right, because America's just pushing high level wickedness. Scriptures speak about Babylon and how her sins have reached up into heaven. So that it must be some high level wickedness going on here behind the scenes, just like it was doing in Nineveh. And I just wanted to go here and to read up and for more edification all that was going on. It says Nineveh was a corrupt city of blood. Now, is not America a corrupt city? Huh? It says Assyria's cruelty is amply documented on unearthed cuneiform tablets. Interesting. All right, I'm going to read that again. It says Assyrian cruelty is amply documented on unearthed cuneiform tablets. Assyrian kings even boasted of their cruelty. See, this is information I didn't know. I didn't know this. Now I knew. That Nineveh was destroyed, but obviously for wickedness. But like, what all was they doing in detail? I don't know. So me reading this right here, along with y'all, is edifying. So I'm gonna read it. It says prisoners were impaled alive. It says flayed, beheaded, and dragged to death with ropes attached to rings that pierced their bodies. God damn. But reading this, it says prisoners were. I'm reading it again. It says prisoners were impaled alive and beheaded, That word beheaded sticks out to me because we understand and we know, according to the scriptures, that there's going to be martyrs according to this truth. Yeah. Let's get that. And then we'll read, we're going to hit Jeremiah 35, 38. Um, let me see. What the devil? I must be tripping. Yeah, I'm Yo, what the fuck? Alright. I'm looking up keywords. I'm thinking that it's a part of that. But no. I guess not. So let's go. Shall be beheaded, because there's certain men that's gonna have to taste of death on this side, even though they're the elect for the prophecy's sake. And that's what I'm trying to bring out. But okay, it says Revelation 20:4 now. I'm getting mad because I swear to God, I typed in that keyword, it didn't pop up. So let's get Revelations 20:4. It says beheaded. Did I not spell that? You see, it says beheaded right there, right? You see that, right? It says beheaded. So when I put it in here, why did it not pop up? See? What the fuck? It don't pop up when you put it in there, unless I'm spelling this wrong. But I don't think I am. Whatever. Fucking this app is trash. Oh, my fucking leg just went to sleep. Regardless, but it says, and I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them which were beheaded for the witness of Hamashiach, or for the witness of Yahawashi, and for the word of the Most High. So, like I said before, to enter into this godhood, it starts with the knowledge, which ultimately is going into the word. Like the word is being taught into us. The word is the knowledge. Breaking it down, making it plain upon tables. So it starts with the word. It starts with the knowledge. As we enter into godhood, what it says here, that some of us, are gonna have to suffer death for, this knowledge, for this wisdom, for our faith, for our belief in Yahawashi. It says, beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast. So what is going to make us not worship the beast? What is going to make us not take the chip? It's the knowledge and wisdom and understanding. What is going to make these men, what is going to make these men that are going to be beheaded or that's going to be killed, by guillotine and shit like that? What's gonna have them in a particular spirit to stay on the course of to not take the chip, to hold fast? It's the knowledge and understanding of the promises in which Yahawashi has given them. And a part of that is entering into godhood, entering into, that salvation, us being changed. Because those of the men that get beheaded, they are going to be the first ones on the ship. They're going to be the first ones resurrected. The ones that die are going to see Yahawashi before the ones that get called up, as far as the ones that are still on the earth that didn't die, because they got to get beamed up. The ones that died, they're going to be in the chariot before anybody, They're they're gonna get raised up through the Spirit. They're gonna return. So the wisdom and understanding that we have lets us hold on to our integrity, even in the face of certain death and beheadment, because we understand that, oh, wait a minute, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna come right back. And when I come back, I'm gonna be a God. I'm gonna be changed. I'm gonna be in a whole nother fucking spirit, you know? So it says, which have not worshipped the beast, neither his image. It's like in my leg itch. It says, neither had received his marks, like upon their foreheads or in their hands. And it says hands with an S right here, so it doesn't matter if it's left or right. People get simple, and it says oh, this hand, I'm gonna put it in this hand. No, can't do that. You put it in either hand. You put it in your butt cheek. I don't give a damn. You an Israelite, you gonna get destroyed. But it says they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years, and that 1,000 years is the first 1,000 years of the kingdom. That does not represent like, oh, the elect are only gonna rule with Yahawashi for 1,000 years, and then the heathens are gonna get back up, and they're gonna rule over us again after 1,000. No, bro. Whoever's teaching that is bugged the fuck out. We're gonna be gods. We're gonna be immortal. We're gonna be perfect after we get delivered. So there's no way that the nations can put us into captivity anymore anyway. And the scriptures say that affliction shall not rise up a second time. Let's get that. This is Nahum 1:9, and it says, "What do you imagine against the Lord? He will make an utter end of affliction, and he will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up a second time." All right, so ultimately, we're not going to be put back into slavery. We're not going to be downtrodden, and nor are we going to be put into a lower state again. And anyone that thinks that, man, you bugging out, man, because the Lord has declared what he was going to do for us, man. You jump here to verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, though they be quiet, and likewise many. Let me read this in the NIV on the right hand side. It says, this is what the Lord says. Although they have allies and are numerous, they will be destroyed and pass away. Although I have afflicted you, Judah, I will afflict you no more. All right. So the Lord did come up against us. The Lord did turn his face against us as an enemy. And why did he do that? Ultimately, it was because we sinned against the Lord. And I'm gonna get that precept in just a moment, confirming what I just said about why the Lord came up and afflicted us. Because people be angry at the Lord because they be like, oh, if the Lord was this and that, he wouldn't have did this and this and to his people and whoop, and they get offended in the Lord, not understanding the fullness of prophecy. But either way, it says, for now I will break his yoke from off thee, and I will burst thy bonds in sunder. So the Lord's gonna deliver us, man. Now, reading here in Nahum 1:15, behold, upon the mountains of the feet of him that bringeth good tidings. And we, being the men of the Lord, it's like, Lord willing, be the number, we are bringing good tidings. We are publishing peace, man, to the nation of Israel, of course. Unto you other nations, you're just fucked. It says, behold, the mountains, the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace. O Judah, Keep thou solemn feasts and perform thy vows, which thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee, and he shall be utterly cut off. So ultimately, these Edomites and, the new doctrine, well, I wouldn't say it's a new doctrine, a doctrine that's going around that's untrue, is ultimately that, which, I'm not going to get into it here, but I'm just speaking on it briefly. Maybe I should do a lesson on that as well, but it's maybe. But it says, but the doctrine that was coming up with this particular person, Hassad of Sakari, he was teaching or going into basically saying that after we get rulership, that I think he was saying that the Gog and Magog was gonna rule for a little bit of time, or something like that, but they're not. I'm just gonna leave it be, because I'm butchering it. I'm not really remembering what he was claiming was gonna happen concerning Ezekiel 38. So I ain't gonna put words in his mouth or speak, anything that I don't fully, it was something of that. He was something of that effect, though, something concerning Ezekiel 38. And he was breaking it down wrong or some shit. But regardless, the devil, Esau, Edom, the wicked, like it speaks about in Malachi, the first chapter, they're gonna be cut off, man. They're not gonna rise back up, man. They're gonna be completely destroyed, and put under our feet, and they're gonna serve us for 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, along with all the other nations as well, outside of the nation of Israel, gonna go into captivity. All right, this is wisdom that we understand and that we know and that we teach. So let's go back to Jeremiah 38. This is Jeremiah 38, and Jeremiah 38 and 2, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, He." I already read verse 1, so verse 2, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, He that remaineth in the city shall die by the sword." Now, this is Jeremiah telling these particular men of Israel, and I'm sure he was speaking to some type of leadership or some type of heads of Israel at the time, of the coming calamities that's going to be brought upon them. All right, because what was going to happen ultimately unto these Israelites, I believe here that right here that ultimately Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians were going to come sack and take the Israelites into captivity, man. And Jeremiah was warning, these particular kings and rulers of Israel, or heads of Israel at the time, of this calamity. So he is in the same spirit that we're in now. Nothing new under the sun. They came and sieged and fucked them up during the Babylonian times, during that captivity that we were in. And here we are in the Roman, the second leg, or the second leg of the Roman Empire. And guess what? They're gonna come up again and have beef, or they're gonna have alt with the children of Israel. They're gonna come down upon us having great wrath. They've done this in the past, so it's not far fetched that our enemies, according to the scriptures, according to Psalms 83 and various other scriptures, that our enemies would come up against us again. That's what enemies do. So, verse 2, "Thus saith the Lord, He that remaineth in the city shall die by the sword and by the pestilence, but he that goeth forth to the Chaldees shall live." So ultimately, they had to be put under the yoke of the Babylonians. That was what was set up for them at the time. All right. It says, "Shall go forth to the Chaldeans, shall live, for he shall have his life for a prey, and shall live." It says in verse 3, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, this city shall be given unto the hand of the king of Babylon." Babylon's army, which shall take it. It says, "Therefore the princes." So he was speaking unto princes of Israel, Jeremiah, at this point in time. It says, "Therefore the princes said unto the king, We beseech thee, let this man be put to death." They wanted Jeremiah to be put to death because of the words in which that he was speaking. He wasn't being fake. He wasn't, trying to tell the people what they want to hear and create a doctrine in which, he came and he was like, "No, y'all good. The Babylonians, we gonna kill them. We gonna put the Babylon. We gonna be good. We gonna be all right." No, but he was prophesizing the word of the Lord that he was commanded to prophesy. And we're going to do the same thing. So it doesn't matter if what we're saying doesn't fit the narrative of what you want it to be. Ultimately, the will of the Lord is going to be done. And so we have to speak what the Lord Yahawashi has required us to speak, and nothing less and nothing more. We ain't going to sugarcoat it, and we ain't going to change up the doctrine to fit people's narratives because we want to be buddy-buddy with the world. Buddy-buddy. No, we're speaking the truth. So here in this example, Jeremiah was speaking the truth. There was no, he could have sat here and lied and be like, "Oh no, everything will be good," but it doesn't really matter because if the Lord has declared in the spirit that the Babylonians was going to come take the city, then there was nothing that anyone could do to stop them from taking the city. If the Lord declares something, then it will surely come to pass. Just like how the Lord said he was going to deliver us and change us. That's going to come to pass. We don't got to worry about it. Therefore the princes said unto the king, "Let this man be put to death, for he weakeneth the hands of the men of wars that remaineth in this city, and the hands of all the people in speaking such words unto them." But he was speaking the words of the Lord, and we're speaking the words of the Lord. We're letting you know that death and destruction is coming upon this place, and y'all gonna get fucked up. But someone would then come and be like, "Oh man, he hating, man. He fear mongering, man, and whoopty whoop, man." But these people that we're trying to warn are the children of Israel, consisting of you so-called Negroes and Native Americans, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Slovakia. But they refuse to hearken, man. All right, but we're still gonna warn them. But it says, "And all of the hands of the people in speaking such words unto them. For this man seeketh not the wherefore of this people, but the hurt." And that's what at the time that the princes, that's the thought process. And there's nothing new under the sun. These same men are back in their particular lot, having the same thought processes that we're sitting here speaking the truth, letting you know that this place is finna be brought to smithereens. Don't put faith in this place. Don't hope in this place. Don't, ultimately keep your eyes single towards Yahawashi. They're trying to tell us, "Nah, man, you don't seek the welfare of America. You seek the hurt, because they love their captivity so much, And the scriptures speak about that. Is Jake a homeborn slave? Actually, let me get a precept. There's a precept. Oh my God! The fact that it's not pulling up what I want, and I know that these are key words in precepts that I know are in the Bible, is really. You know what? Let me just close it and go back into it, man. That shit just pissed me off. gospel. You mean to tell me that the word gospel ain't in the scriptures? You got me fucked up. See, that just made me mad. It just threw me off, man. God damn. Just threw me the fuck off, man. This should be fucking lying. I don't know why I do that shit. I swear to God, I don't know. Salakia. So this particular lesson got kind of off topic a little bit because I didn't get to read the article, but I will bring that article out in the very next lesson and go into it. It'll probably be a shorter video of some sort. But meanwhile, we keep going. No, this goes. Gotta be 3 then. R2. This is 1 Peter's 1 and 2, man. And let's start at verse 3. It says, "If so, ye have tasted the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High, and precious." So we're precious and chosen in the sight of the Lord, Yahawashi. You know. It says in verse 5, "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood." You know, we're going to be gods. Well, we're going to be a lot of things in the kingdom. One, you know, we're going to be kings according to the scriptures, the Lord. You know, we're going to have rulership. We're also going to be gods because we're going to be in a celestial, angelic, godly format according to the scriptures. And we're going to be priests according to the scriptures because ultimately we're going to teach the nations after we enter into our godhood and become, you know, immortal and become changed. We're going to teach the nations the ways of the Lord, which I'll pull that precept, and that'll probably be the last precept, at least in this edition, and I'll come with more later. But it says, "To whom coming as a living stone, disallowed indeed men." Like it says, "disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High, and precious. Ye also are lively stones, built up a spiritual house, and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices, and acceptable unto the Most High by Yahawashi HaMashiach." It says, "Wherefore it is contained in the scriptures, Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded." All right, so we're going to be good in the last days, man. That's what this knowledge and wisdom of the Lord Yahawashi has promised us. And not only that, we understand that the 2/3 don't, according to prophecy, they're going to be cut off. They're not going to believe. Majority of the nation of Israel, 66.6 within America, at least. Well, yeah, America, that landmass, according to the scriptures, are going to be cut off, man. Going to be cut off, man, because they don't believe, man. They don't have the faith, man. But we are, very special, and we're finna enter into godhood, man. So we are being prepared to rule, okay? And if you know anything about kings and rulership, then you know that if hypothetically if my father is king and I am his son, then we know that the son will be the king after the father. But before the father, he checks out, he dies or whatever, then the son would have to be prepared to run the kingdom. He would have to be prepared to be king, and that requires, knowledge and wisdom of how to rule, of how to govern, how to be in order, and that's what the Lord has given us. That's how that's what we're learning under our Lord Yahawashi, order and how to rule a kingdom. And the way that we rule a kingdom is through what? Righteousness. Is through what? The ways of the Lord. And that's not how this current kingdom is being upheld, nor is it being ran. All right. So you don't just become the king and you know what I'm saying, and you don't have no knowledge and wisdom of nothing. So that's what the Lord is doing. We're finna enter into our godhood. We're finna enter into being kings and rulers of the earth. But before that, we had to come with the knowledge and understanding of how to rule and what to do and what not to do. Ultimately, okay, how to rule and what a wicked rulership looks like. So, now we're learning, because we're finna be the rulers of the next kingdom. So this kingdom represents us, or represents how to not rule a kingdom, how to not govern a people under Esau's leadership. We understand how important the ways of righteousness is unto the well-being of the people, because these people are bugged out as fuck, and it's because Edom is ruling. All right, so we, Lord willing, be the men of the Lord, are learning order and how to rule under our Lord Yahawashi, and we're learning how to be how to rule and have order amongst a brotherhood, or have order amongst a body, because that's what a kingdom has to be well ordered. Everything must be well ordered, and 100% that the kingdom under the head Yahawashi, it refers to him as the chief cornerstone, is going to be well ordered. This kingdom that we're currently living in is not well ordered. Okay. Let's get this precept, and then I think that's gonna be it, man. I wanted to pull another one, but I think the point. Oh my God, bro. So, like, that shit is not. It's not pulling up my keywords, and I'm typing in the right keywords. So like it. So let's get this precept, man. This is Matthew 12 and 25. It says, and Yahawashi knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself shall be brought to desolation. And we understand that this kingdom that we're currently in, known as Babylon the Great, is divided against itself. These people don't agree on shit. They can't even agree on what a man is and what a woman is. So we already know that this kingdom finna be brought to desolation. But however, in the kingdom of Yahawashi, we're not gonna be arguing over simple biology. Everything's gonna be well ordered. Okay, but I brought this out to make a point that the kingdom that we're currently living in is not. They're not together. They're divided. Somebody want to go up, somebody want to go down. They want to go left, but they want to go right. This kingdom is divided against itself, man. And ultimately, that's going to lead to this place being destroyed. And we know this place is really divided against itself, because it says in Revelation 17 that the beast shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. So the allies of Babylon are going to turn against this place. If that's not them being divided, then I don't know what is. And that's going to shortly come to pass. It says every kingdom that is divided against itself is brought into desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? So this man's kingdom, is not standing, man. These heathens are not in agreement with each other. These Edomites in the Western Hemisphere are not in an alliance unto those over there in Russia. Because ultimately Russia is going to be a pivotal key, a component to destroying Babylon the Great, which potentially could be exactly what the elites want. But fuck what they want is what the will of the Lord is, because the elites could potentially want to try to do a phoenix scenario where they rise from the ashes and they still rule. But after these missiles and that nuclear devastation, let me say this. I would say that they're trying to use, this world war as a way to have to regain control over the earth. Ultimately in a sense of they're trying to make it to where this war or this World War III is so bad and so destructive that people are gonna not want to ever do war again, and they're gonna somehow come out on top and still rule everything and with their MOTB and they still have control. But ultimately it's a vain plan, and it's not gonna come to fruition. However they think about it, whether President Putin or Vladimir Putin is in cahoots with destroying this place for a particular purpose or whatever, or whether he's really just against this place. It doesn't matter. He's gonna be used to fulfill prophecy, anyway, and it's gonna lead to the destruction of this place anyway, because the scriptures refer to them as the bear. Let me see. Because the bear is the tail end of this kingdom. Or the bear is gonna be what ends this place. That's crazy. Now I know there's a precept of Revelations with this keyword, but it's not popping up. That's stupid. But it's like it. But y'all have an understanding of what I'm saying. So with that being said, let me bring out one more precept. Okay. I'm just... Let me get this precept. It's started up. 2 Peter 3:10 says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." This is going into those nuclear ICBM missiles, and the earth and their works therein shall be burnt up. Seeing, this is the point in verse 11, wrap this up. It says, "Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye out to be in all holy conversations and in godliness, So we want to, we want to constantly be occupied with this truth and going into these prophecies and going into, the destruction and basically chatting this place down and, edifying the hopeful body of the elect with videos, sit downs, and things of that nature while we wait patiently for, this place ultimately to get worse and worse and worse, because we understand that it's going to end with, America, aka Babylon the Great, being destroyed. So in the midst of that, we're going to have to be delivered before those ICBM missiles touch down onto this place, But yeah, but that's all I wanted to bring out on this particular lesson. I'm going to bring out the article that I want to bring out in this lesson that I didn't, because it kind of went in a different direction, which, just the spirit. And I'm going to bring it out in the next lesson, probably tomorrow, or I'll do it today, or, whatever. But with all that being said, I want to say shalom.